Rosh Hashanah Davav. How's everybody doing? Similarly to what we learned yesterday, we had a pasuk Bal Ta'achar in the Gemara Darshan from every single word, a different type of tzedakah, carbon that one pledged and is obligated to bring, and if he doesn't bring it, he's over in Bal Ta'achar. The Gemara does the same thing with another pasuk, Ma'aseh Sifasecha. And the obvious question is going to be, why do you need two psukim? So let's start the pasuk. Ma'aseh Sifasecha. From those two words, we learned that if a person pledges tzedakah, carbon, and he doesn't bring it, he's over on a mitzvah's asay. From the word tishmar, we learned that he's over on lois asay. Anytime it says hishomer, or pen, or al, it's a lois asay. The word vasisa doesn't have the right to force a person to do this mitzvah, to bring the tzedakah, until the person says, Reitzani, I want to do it. The word kashena darta is coming to tell us a neder, meaning he points at animals, he doesn't say any specific one, he says, harei alai. L'Hashem alikecha is referring to a carbon that you must bring to Hashem, like a oilas riyah, shalmi chagiga. Nidava means a nidava, but there's a problem here. If a person says harei zu on it like a nidava, it would be considered that he designated it. And we're going to see soon that it can't be the pshat. So the pshat is, he said harei alai oila, which is like a neder, but it comes with the halachas of a nidava that yinachai b'achrayis. The word beficha refers to tzedakah. Tzedakah is different than the rest of the pasuk. Tzedakah, you have to give immediately to the poor because they're poor people. Even though the rest of the pasuk is talking about the different yom tovim, that's for korbanos. Now the problem is that we have two psukim saying pretty much the same thing, and the Gemara says no. One of the psukim is talking about when he designated an animal, he designated the money. The second pasuk is talking about he just said it, he didn't designate it, and each one has a chiddush, because even though you designate something, and you can say the whole world is Hashem's oitzer, whatever, Hashem is everywhere. Maybe he shouldn't be over. Nevertheless, he's over. And the other pasuk will tell us that even though he just said something, I think it was just words. Words mean nothing. No, you're over just by saying something. But Papaya said that they had a cow that had a baby, and they ate the mother, which was a shlomim, on Pesach. And the baby they ate on Chag. Chag typically means Sukkot, which is half a year later. Now we have a problem. In order to get to that half a year later, you have to go past Shavuos. Now Rava says that anytime you pass one Yom Tov, you're over on Bal Ta'achar. You're over on the mitzvah. So we could say pshat that maybe this baby was sick and you couldn't bring it as a carbon. Or Atzeres is the Chag year. In other words, Shavuos, when it says Chag, it means Shavuos and not Sukkot. Rava says every single day that you don't bring the tzedakah, you're over in Bal Ta'achar. If you have a bechor in Kachim that's past the year without 3 Yom Tovim. Now that's amazing. How do you have a year without 3 Yom Tovim? That's what the Gemara is going to explain. Either the pshat is that Reb Shimon, it goes like Reb Shimon that you need the Yom Tovim to be in order, Pesach, Shavuos, Sukkot. And you don't have that in this particular case. In other words, he was neither right after Pesach, so then he has Shavuos, Sukkot, and that doesn't count at all. And then it starts counting when you have Pesach, Shavuos, Sukkot, that's 5 Yom Tovim, but the 3 were, you had the year that came before the 3 Yom Tovim. Or it goes according to Rebbe. Rebbe holds that a year is 365 days, like the solar, when it comes to redeeming your house. When you sell your house in a city that has a wall, you have 365 days. So if you have a year that's a leap year, like our year this year, and let's say he made a neder on Chav Beis Nisan, immediately after Pesach. So if you count 365 days after Chav Beis Nisan, it comes out Gimel Nisan on the following year, and it's right before Pesach. So here you have a situation where you have 365 days, and you only have 2 Yom Tovim. According to Chachamim, in a year that Shavuos falls out on Hey Sivan, meaning it's a year that Nisan and Iyar are both full months, 30 days each. So you have 15 days of Nisan, 30 days of Iyar, and then only 5 days of Sivan, which equal 50 days, because Shavuos is different than all other Yom Tovim. It never falls out on a particular date. It falls out 50 days after Pesach, after the start of Sfiras HaOmer. And Memela, it's possible, sometimes it falls out on Hey, Vav, and Zayin. So if a person made a neder the day after Shavuos, on Vav, let's say, 1 year, and the following year Shavuos falls out on Zayin, it's possible that you don't have 3 Yom Tovim. But according to Acherim, that's impossible. Because according to Acherim, every year it's the same thing like we have today. 1 month is 29, the next one's 30, and it keeps on going back and forth like that. And therefore, every single year, Shavuos falls out on Vav Siva. Another halacha the Gemara tells us is that somebody that inherits a karban, he's not over about the achar like his father, because we learn it from the word mi'imach, it has to be the person that designated the karban. And a woman, according to Reb Zera, is chayiv in simchas yontif. According to Abaya, her husband has to give her clothing and be misameach her. So the Gemara has a suffix, according to Abaya, that's the husband's obligation. Does the woman, is she over on Bal Ta'achar since she's not in the mitzvah of Simcha? Have a wonderful day.